Hakuna Matata ragazzi, ben ritrovati dal vostro CicioGamer89. Siamo tornati su Game of Thrones. Signori, volevo rispondere a alcune cose, alcune affermazioni di gente che dice: ma che lo giochi a fa sto gioco se tanto la storia è sempre quella? Ah, non è vero, la storia non è quella perché cambia in base a come la scelgo io. E poi ragazzi, ricordatevi che il mio canale nasce come un canale walkthrough e rimarrò sempre fedele a questa cosa. Ora sto facendo metà walkthrough e metà giochi un pochino più facilotti, ma comunque ricordatevi che il mio canale, il nostro canale, nasce come canale di walkthrough, di giochi fatti per essere giocati e goduti, che ti faranno rimanere qualcosa dentro per l'eternità. Forse per l'eternità no, però avete capito? Signori, mi raccomando, cerchiamo di superare 15.000 like, sarebbe fantastico. Infatti la gente fa: ma com'è possibile che Ciccio chiede 15.000 like per un gioco del genere? Vabbè, che dobbiamo fare? Le tette, poi gliel'hanno fatte piccole.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own.
Ma
what you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family.
Vai, mia madre mi ha scritto.
My family wrote me, my lady.
I don't doubt they must be overcome with grief. But you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself
mamma mia, le guardie reali.
Outside the royal sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
Se ci serve l'aiuto di Marjorie.
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Ma a Cersei?
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Ma a Cersei? No, a Cersei no. Fatti i cazzi tuoi tu.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
Grazie. Dai però, contro Cersei? Puttana miseria. Un nanetto! Il nanetto!
You can do this.
Lo so. Madò. La sala del trono ancora non fatta in stile guerra. Ok. Madò.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace?
Mia.
With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Chi nel capo?
Honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
Bravissima, lei
House
capito.
Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Lo so, te lo
Is
dico
your
io.
family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House
Vai.
Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Lei è fatta benissimo,
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
Clearly her loyalty wavers quite a lot.
If she has any loyalty at all. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Oddio, Roose Bolton.
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
Sì.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies.
Sì.
I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
To our
Vai.
mutual benefit, Your Grace.
And at the pleasure of your king. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
There are limits, Your Grace.
Perhaps, but not if your house faces potential ruin.
What
Raga,
would you
vi
have the
giuro-
girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Cersei
Raises an
fatta-
interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Madò, raga, non so se sto
Loyalty
facendo
can be
bene.
such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would.
girl answer the question. Go on.
My
Vai.
loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games.
Aia.
Who do you choose?
The king, of course.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
Porca miseria, raga.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern
Raga,
girl,
non lo so se sto fa
but
bene,
not very
giuro.
encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Oh, raga, non so
Of
se ho fatto
course, Your
bene,
Grace.
se ho fatto una cazzata. Non lo so, non lo so.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family,
Vai,
even under the
ringrazia,
best of
ringrazia.
circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear.
Lo so,
Poor
ma-
Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it
Vai.
for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes
un
great
bel po'
pleasure
che-
in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard. Not her.
I wouldn't want to anger Cersei.
And you'd be wise not to. But
Raga, madò.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance. And it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you
Sì.
and your house. Are you willing to risk
Ah, ma
that?
qui c'ha anche il taglio, perfetto.
It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
Ok.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight.
Madò, povera
3
Sansa.
beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
I
Vai.
hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Raga, chissà se ho fatto bene o se ho fatto certe cazzate. Secondo me, boh, ma che ne so, raga, è difficile, difficile. Difficilissimo in realtà.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather
No,
difficult.
dici?
But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back. Here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons.
Beh, io non me lamenterei tantissimo, eh.
Sir Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his. Sarah! What?
Che
It's
maglialina.
And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour. Which I doubt is Dornish
Mettilo a
for
posto,
wife.
ah.
Put it back.
We're just having a bit of fun. That's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands.
Lei è una sognatrice.
Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
Ma neanche a calci in
He does
culo.
have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir
questa continua.
Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well, Sarah?
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move.
Forse se la siamo capata
Yet
bene.
they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your
Ah,
display,
ok.
Nora.
Ah, no, forse è andata bene.
I'm just glad it's over. King's
Vabbè,
Landing can be
dai.
exhausting sometimes. There's
Meno
always
male.
someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen. Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Comunque mi avete chiesto di farli più lunghi sti
Do
video,
you agree?
It doesn't
Vai.
matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind.
Sì,
Something
diglielo,
important.
diglielo. Chiedo aiuto.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no
Okay.
secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Mannaggia.
Go on. Ask.
Vai.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow.
Madò.
What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
Forse lo fa.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Ma ha capito,
Joffrey knows only too
basta.
well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene? Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
Guarda sta
I will
stronza. Oh.
forever be in your debt. My family will forever be in your debt.
Quella Sara brutta bastarda.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Vai.
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother.
Quello è vero, raga, eh.
Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Lo fa. L'ho
Very
vista
well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady.
Mamma mia.
I will send a raven to my family at once.
Sara, tu vaffanculo. Ecco che. Bastarda quella lì, oh. Però appena gli dici patata al re, strada del re, foresta del lupo. Stiamo a 19 minuti, dai, ve lo faccio ancora un pochino più lungo, ma... Grazie cavallo, grazie, grazie, siete delle persone orribili. E poi è vero, lo dicono in giro. No, non ci credo.
Let's play a little game, shall we?
Non ci credo.
Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Oh mamma mia. Provo?
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice. But you
Ok.
didn't make it easy, what with all that bloody noise.
Like a drowning cat.
Via, via, ritorna dentro.
As my
Madonna.
father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets, but the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father was the warden
Via,
of
via,
the
via, via,
North.
quello ci guarda.
He does now. How
Ma
much
io non mi
further
muoverei
is
mai da qua.
it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
No, no, no,
What was
no,
that?
no. No, devi startene
Hello?
zitto proprio.
Listen.
No,
There.
no. No, no, no,
Hear that?
no.
I know I heard something.
Sto fermo, sto fermo. Madò, raga.
Never mind. We've wasted enough time already.
Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Porco due. L'hanno scuoiato vivo, anzi neanche tanto. Di solito fanno anche di peggio. Per forza, obbligatoriamente. Ah, vedi qua abbiamo le cose che abbiamo raccolto. Perché hanno lasciato lo stemma della casata? Ah no, l'hanno squagliato per bene. Puttana bastardi. Mamma mia, raga. Ma che vedevo di? Qua ci siamo comportati sicuramente bene. Al 100%.
Lord Ethan,
Che cosa vuoi?
as I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you.
Sì.
Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good.
Ah, pensavo lo stronzo, comunque. Perché
He was
mi hai
fair
messo
and
essere
wise.
come lui?
And courageous in battle.
Perché me
Why
lo
are
stai
you telling me
dicendo?
this?
To help you rule, Lord Ethan. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel.
Ah, ok.
Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move! Summon the Lord! We need his judgment.
I've done nothing wrong! I was only trying to survive!
Vediamo un po' che succede, eh.
Lord Ethan. Maester.
Vai, chi è quest'uomo?
Who is this man?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed! We all fucking know it!
Quiet,
Però sei
thief.
stronzo, eh.
Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
Dove va la guardia?
2 shields and 3 spears.
Vediamo un
Why
po'.
did you do it? Because I've no wish to die. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks true.
I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Leave the poor man alone!
Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter. Most of us won't even live to see it.
Vai.
We are in this together. You say that, but it won't be you who's starving come winter.
You'll address him as Lord. Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it
The men
is.
need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
He's a thief!
You can send him to the war.
Madò, raga.
I will decide. Send him to the wall. Take his fingers. He's a thief. If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord.
Però calcolando come
My
fanno...
lord, my family depends on me.
Oddio mio, mostra verità, mandalo alla barriera o prendi 3 dita. Hai rubato, sì, hai rubato, non dovevi.
I, Ethan of House Forrester, Lord of Ironwrath, name you a thief. The price for your crime is 3 of your fingers.
No, please, my lord! My lord, please!
Mi dispiace, ma...
My lord, normally it is the Lord's duty to carry out the sentence. But I am willing to carry it out, if you do not feel ready.
Vai.
I will carry out the sentence.
Ma qui è una cosa di rispetto, di cose, avete capito?
This is injustice, my lord!
Ah, zio, mi dispiace. Mi dispiace, ma... Mi dispiace, raga, ma è così. Seguendo il trono di spade...
unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due. Not just yourself, of course. You can weigh on any lord.
Vediamo un po'.
Maester, what do you think?
Me?
Yes. Did I do what's right?
As Maester, I cannot support mutilation. You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance.
Who do you think I should choose?
There are 2 capable men for the role.
Lo so.
They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the Sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen Sentinel then.
Okay.
To show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your Sentinel will wear this for all to see.
Ho capito, vai.
I understand. I'll do it now.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Raga, porca puttana, raga, tanta roba. Vabbè, signori, io direi che l'appuntamento di oggi può finire qua. Spero che il video vi sia piaciuto. Se fosse così, vi invito a lasciare un bel pollicione in su, di commentare, di condividere. Se non siete iscritti, iscrivetevi. Al prossimo appuntamento col vostro Icce come 89. Ciao ciao.